So I'd like to speak to you today about my day at Dilston Garden in Northumberland, which will be on the 2nd of September 2018 from 10 until 4. And this is going to be a really wonderful day of movement and of meditation. And this day that I've created has been taken from the popular Embodying Your Moon Spirit course. That is an online course that's available at www.silent-moon.co.uk. And I wanted to create this day not just to be with you physically, but also just to go that little bit deeper during that time as we enter into the crone period of our lives and of nature, from moving in from September into the winter and autumn and winter months. It's a good time to really start to work internally and start to really see what's going on within us. So the day will be based around movement, so yoga movement, fun yoga movement, not yoga movement that requires you to be restrictive, but yoga movement that's fun and expressive, and also lots and lots of meditation. And I wanted to make a point of making this day really strong on the meditation side so that people can really work at going inward, work at self-love, going internal, and really honouring who and what they are. And September time and moving into the autumn and winter is a perfect time to start doing that, as we've come from the mother energy and the full moon and the expression of all that wonderful bloomingness that we then move into the time of crone, and it's perfect time to start really working on who and what we are internally. So, as many of you know, because you're watching this video, my work is with nature and creation of flower elixirs and many other wonderful offerings that help to heal myself and others. And I spend a lot of my time in this kind of environment working. And it's like this is like my workspace, and I want to take you there. When we go to Dilston, we'll be in a beautiful space and a beautiful garden, which is the perfect way to go inward and do some real strong inward work. So we'll be looking through the cycle, looking at the cycles, and we're looking at how they help us and support us through not just the cycles of nature, but the cycles of the moon as well. So we will be talking about the different aspects of the moon and how we can work with those different aspects of the moon to really strengthen our everyday life. And a lot of you have done this through Embodying Your Moon Spirit through the course, which is great. So some of you will have that background already. But there is nothing really like getting to the really nitty-gritty of it when you're working in a group live and really embracing not just other people but yourself. And it's a real precursor, this day, to the Wild One weekend, which has been proved to be popular and is repeating itself in October, on the 6th of October and the 7th of October back in the Lake District. And I really saw that was a really great time for us to work with each other and get other people's views, and there is nothing really like that. So I want to create this day to nurture that within ourselves and within other people who we're spending the day with. So this day is also based around internal self-work, self-knowledge, self-love, embracing who you are, your natural intuitive side, and also taking responsibility for who and what you are, and what you want to work on as well. Now, it's all lovely and I can support you as much as I possibly can, but you have to be prepared to do your own self-work, and that's a big part of what I express within my teachings and within working with people on one-to-ones and in workshop situations, is that you have the flower essences of support. You have part of my time also as support, but you also have to be able to and want to take responsibility for who and what you are. And this is really a perfect time to get into that. If you know that you find that difficult, then stepping through that door and taking self-responsibility is a fantastic way to start doing it. So this time in Dilston, just to start getting there and have these 6 or 7 hours just together and starting to really work at understanding who and what you are, which sometimes sounds like, oh well, I already know who and what I am. But when you start to do the work, when you start to go internal and really step into the process of me, this person, and what it is that I want and need, we go deeper and deeper and deeper, and the work never ends, and we can really begin to acknowledge our authentic truth. So this day will allow you to start to deepen the connection with all aspects that lie within you. And I look at that through the aspects of being a woman, maiden, mother, crone, but also the wild one as well, and that wild one that weaves its way through us and throughout all those three aspects of us. So when I say the four aspects of us, what I mean is that the maiden, mother, crone and the wild one that we often forget about, which is my favourite aspect, and which is the one that I dwell in most at this moment in time. So as I see the three standing there, I also have this crazy one that weaves in and out, and so do you too. And on the Wild One weekend, we really nurtured that, and we honoured who and what that wild one is within us. And as I say, this weekend in Dilston, or this day in Dilston, this actual day in Dilston, will be a precursor to the Wild One weekend, for you to be able to acknowledge not just the maiden, mother, crone, but also those aspects of the wild one within you. And that is really important for you to move on and step into who you are. So let me give you an example of how one of these aspects can help you. So I had a number of people working with the maiden energy, and they were able to really connect with the child side, with the playful side, with the natural, happy, detached side of their energy. And when doing this, many of them realized that this was something, even as a child, that they had missed out on, even as a child that they hadn't connected with properly. And this brought up a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling, but they were able to really feel that childlike energy that they hadn't experienced before, which is an amazing thing to be able to achieve as an adult. And all the other aspects have the potential to do the same in their own way. So during the day, we'll be looking at these maiden, mother, crone and wild one energies that rest within us, and we'll be looking at those in comparison to the moon energy, and how the moon energy relates also to these aspects of who and what we are. So we'll be going deep into meditation and working with these different aspects of us during and acknowledging the moon phases, as well as how nature also reflects within us and how we see nature as a mirror. And we'll be looking at different types of flower elixirs and gem elixirs that I create that support these different times within our lives. And remember that just because you're going through the crone time in life or the menopause, it doesn't mean that the other aspects aren't there also. So just understanding that these aspects are within us, no matter how old we are, no matter what age we are. And even as men, these aspects are within us, which is something that we can often forget and we can push aside. So men are also welcome to look at these aspects within themselves also. So from this day, you will gain a much more positive sense of who and what you really are, and understand more about who you are as an internal being and an external being. But remember, this is the beginning of the work. And you will also have an understanding of how these different aspects relate to your life. And remember that everybody's different, so the aspects will be different with one person than they will be with you. So it's really good to be able to listen to other people's views also, which also is it's a great day to sit with a group and be able to listen to other people, even if you don't want to share. But even if you're one of those people that usually doesn't share, you might find that it's important for you to share at this moment in time with what's going on with you. So it's circle space, and it's space to open your heart and also receive other people, which is something that we can often find quite difficult to do, especially if we're people who tend to be alone a lot, or the hermit type, who don't often share lots of time with people. This is a good time to actually start to get to work with people in circle time, people that are also like you. And it's also a time to understand the silent moon offerings that support the change within you and how they work to support the change within you. And you can go online and you can go onto the website and onto Facebook page just to see the massive amount of testimonials that have come through about how people have gone through these huge shifts while taking the Silent Moon elixirs. So if you feel connected to this day, come along. It'd be great to meet you, and you can book at silent-moon.co.uk. See you there. Be able to